This conference will now be recorded.
Hi, this is Soumya. Can I know? Hello. Sana, are you there?
Hello. Actually, Sana ma'am is not there. Okay, my name is Arpita. Okay,
Okay,
so
okay,
I'll
Arpita.
start the today's session. Yeah. So,
Okay,
yeah.
okay, fine, fine. Because I could not
Yeah.
understand who is there, and I can see some Verghese is available
Yes,
in
yes, yes.
the call.
He's the candidate, and one more candidate for the field glass. Okay, because of some reason he did not join, but he can join. Try to the like middle of the session. Okay. So
Okay,
one
okay,
minute.
fine, fine.
Yeah.
Then I'll start.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Hmm. Okay.
okay. Yeah, thank you. Hi,
Yes.
this is Soumya. Today I'm going to give a demo regarding the field less. Just I'll go through the things what is fieldglass and what is the purpose of using it. Fine. Okay, let me start the presentation.
I Soumya Varghese here.
Yeah, hi, Agassi.
Soumya, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, fine. Okay. I could not get a response, so I thought let me start.
Sorry. I'm outside. That's why I kept on mute. But please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, fine, fine. Yeah, this is Soumya. I have been working into SAP Fieldglass from past 6 years, mainly into contingent workforce and profile worker. And I have been with complete end-to-end experience have into completely into Fieldglass. And today I'm going to give a demo with respect to Fieldglass. Okay, for what purpose it is used, and for what is the necessity of the fieldglass in the current scenarios, and how you need to what is the basic things of it. Okay, and I think this much is fine. Okay, let me get into the training. Okay, so actually fieldglass fieldglass is a cloud solution. Okay, mainly this is used for contractors. Okay, did you get it? For hiring the contractors we use fieldglass. It is
Yes, Soumya, we got.
okay. It is like to find the candidates and to hire them and to engage them for particular period of time into some projects. So, firstly, like why this contracts are you like why we need to use the contracts? Mostly all like what they'll do, they'll search for internal people inside the organization, and they could not find that, like organizations could not find sometimes the full time persons, and they will hire them as a contractors. And they will just for example, there is a project for 3 months, so they need not require the candidate for the full time, like for years together. So they'll complete the work within the stipulated time, and the contract will get ends to maintain or to manage such kind of candidates, we the fieldglass system is used. It is also called as vendor management system, because here the contractors are mainly hired from suppliers are nothing but vendors, like who supplies the candidates for the buyers here is organizations. Okay, as the suppliers or vendors will be providing the candidates to the organizations, so this fieldglass is also named as vendor management system. Like in general the process completely is called as vendor management system. Here they can create a job descriptions, and they can hire the candidates, and they will create the like onboarding process will be held. I'm not giving the exact terms now. After, when we get into completely into the system, then I'll let you know the terms, what, like fieldglass terminology. In general, I'm giving the things now. And they will register into the system, they'll fill the timesheets, and the invoicing process will happen. Then the payments will be done by the supplier. So this, like, for all these things to manage, the a solution is required. That's a need. Like, that's for that purpose we use fieldglass. Like, the starting, like for the entire process, like the payments and all will be done in the different system, but the interviewing process and all will be done in fieldglass. Okay. And when we come into fieldglass, we have three modules. One is contingent, one is S4W, and the third one is profile worker. Okay. I'll let you know what are these three. Contingent, if we are hiring a single person as a temporary worker, like it can be for 3 months, 3 days, 6 months, 1 year, whatever it is, like for a particular time or period, then we call them as contingent workforce. When it comes to statement of work is a complete project. Like, complete, it's not a single person, it's a group of people, like a SOW. If you have the experience into IT industry, you might have known what is SOW, but it is called a statement of work, where entire project will be hired for some period. For example, if you want to do some website, so you need not work long, around years for it. It can be for 6 months or 1 year, based on the requirements. And within that time, you will have some team to work upon it, like developers, testers, and all in the team. And once the contract gets over, the SOW will be closed. This is statement of work. When it comes to profile worker, apart from IT, in an organization we'll be having other people. For example, the security team, and the maintenance, like who maintains the campus or the surroundings. So for such kind of people, they don't know, like their billing and all will be done outside of the system, just for tracking purpose. There won't be any timesheet submissions, because they won't be aware of the system, how to enter how many hours I worked. We can't expect from them, right, to use the system. And for such kind of people, mostly the profile workers are used. They are called as profile workers. Just the profiles will be created in Fieldglass. So these are the three modules what we have with respect to Fieldglass. Do you have any queries with this?
Soumya, I have a query. So this
Yeah.
profile workers, they don't have any access to field class, right?
We can, they can register. We have an option, like for registering purpose, but there is no point of giving them access, because they won't submit any timesheets, right? So we can provide the access for registration, but there won't be any timesheet submissions and any expense sheet submissions. Everything that goes, like however, like if you are living in a gated community, how their salaries they will be paid to directly to them, right? It will go in that way. In Fieldless, just they will be tracked. There are two
Okay.
kinds of profile workers, where one can register themselves, or the registration will be included. We can configure in both the ways.
Okay. So, Soumya, for them, timesheet and all is not required or something?
Yeah, for profile workers, timesheets and all are not required. For contingent and statement of work, it is required.
Okay.
Mainly
And
contingent
Soumya,
completely depends on timesheet and invoices.
okay. Soumya, I have come across one more module also, assignment module. Is it?
Assignment. Yeah, it is a new module, but it is not in place yet. Like
Okay. Okay. Thank you,
I
Soumya.
have
Thank you.
right. We don't have any, like we don't have any documents or something. It is not completely into place.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Soumya.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Let me go into the flow of contingent. I'll explain first the contingent. Just I'll give what and all the things will be there. Just a simple flow. Okay. We're coming to with coming to contingent workforce. Firstly, hiring manager will create a job posting, right? based on the requirement they will be creating the job posting, and it goes for like after creating, see here also, it like field as is configurable system. Usually every organization fee will be having some one kind of tenant. We tell it as tenant, and it is called as buyer system as well. Like many clients will be there for fieldless, right? So every organization will be divided into tenants. So each as per the requirements of the organization, it will be configured as per their requirements. But for example, now the in this one company, one organization will be required as the once the job posting is submitted, automatically the job posting should be pushed to suppliers, vendors. It should be submitted to some prescribed suppliers. But other organization demand will be, no, we will manually select the suppliers based on our requirement. We don't want the automatic jobs. Okay, it completely depends. And approval flow as well, some organizations requires approval flow and some doesn't requires approval flow. Okay, so like the general flow, I'll be explaining the general flow. But when it comes to organization, it varies from one system, like one organization to other organization, even between the organizations also, one client to other client, it will varies. Okay, once the job posting is nothing but the basic requirements, what they need. For example, if there is a need of Java developer, they will be providing all the details, like you'll be getting calls, right? We'll be sending the JD to you. If you are okay with it, please like apply for it, something like that. In the similar way, we will give all the job description in the job posting with like they will be hiring for some location, for example Bangalore location. So they will be providing all those details, for which location they are hiring, what is the budget, what is the minimum budget, and what is the maximum budget, and what are the qualifications they need. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, Swami, I can hear you.
Can you see my screen? Suddenly it got stopped, that's the reason.
Yeah, yeah, I can see the screen.
Okay, just a second, I'm just charging my laptop. Yeah, sorry. Okay, all the budgeting as well, maximum, minimum, and how many positions are required for us. If it is only for one candidate, we can go with one. If it is for multiple candidates, for example, if we want to hire two people, one is with 6 years of experience and one is 3 years of experience, we can use the same job posting by giving by giving the positions as two. And it like the amount, like the budget will varies, because we will be giving the maximum and minimum, both minimum and maximum, both the details, right? So in that way it varies. Okay, and once the job posting is submitted as per the organization request or requirement, it goes for multiple levels of approvals or single level of approvals, or it can ignore the approvals. Okay, and you may get a point, like where all we will be describe, like detailing all these approval groups, locations, all these. We have a admin menu, we call administrator menu, where all the details will be available. Okay, whatever for complete, like if you want to complete some flow, we need the base point for in our general scenario also, we'll be seeing multiple websites or applications, right? Consider Amazon. Like if you want to go and purchase some shirt, already something will be there in that, right? Like if you want, if I want to purchase some pink color shirt, so I'll go into application, I'll go and search with pink shirt for women, right? Like for where come all these come? Everything should be already present in the present in the application, then only when we search it will be visible to us, right? So everything we will be configuring from the admin menu, administrative menu, then only we can start the process. Okay, if I say admin menu now, and you'll get confused with the flow, just because of that I'm just telling you the flow. I'll show you how the admin menu looks at the end of this. Okay, and job posting submission we have done, and approvals, if it is required we'll go for the approvals. and then the job posting will be submitted to supplier. Then vendor will check whether they have the candidate from their end or not. If the candidate is available, it can we can send it to single supplier or multiple suppliers as per our, as the organization demands. Some organizations, what they'll do, they will keep only one vendor in the uh, the first priority will be given to first one single vendor or two vendors. It, if they also doesn't have that capability of getting the candidates, then they will share the job posting to different suppliers. In this way it goes. Like every organization have different structure, we can't expect this should be in the same way. Okay, and the supplier will can submit the candidate. And can you just give me a second, I'm getting a call continuously.
Sure,
Just
Soumya, no worries.
yeah, just a second. Yeah, sorry. I got a call from my HR. That's the reason I should receive it. Okay. Uh, yeah. Now, after the vendor submits the candidate, so we need to go for the selection process. This can be done inside of the fieldless or outside of the fieldless. We have both the flexibilities. Most of the people will do outside of the candidates because in scheduling the interviews, again pushing that to teams, everything, it will be a little lengthy process. So most of the people will go outside it, but it can be taken care inside of the fieldless as well. And once the candidates, like for example, suppliers have submitted three candidates, if everyone are good, we will select all. We have two positions, we will select two people. If we get only one candidate, we will hire them. Who will do this hiring process is one of the question. The interviews and all will be taken care by the manager, whoever requested this position. Okay, HR will submit the job posting, vendor will present the candidate, and now the manager is called as PMO, program management officer. So he will take the interviews, or any person from the panel can take the interviews. Once the candidate gets selected, we will be hiring them. Okay, hiring process is nothing but onboarding process. Like the onboarding starts from here for us, like whoever using the fieldless. But when it comes to the contractor or the worker, it starts when when at the end, whenever he is involved into this. Okay, so we'll be creating the work order. In work order, why we need the work order is one of the question, because already we have the job posting. So in job posting we have minimum, maximum, all the details. But when it comes to work order, it is like an agreement between the supplier and buyer here in the sense organizations. So it is like a clear everything will be in detail. What is the start date, what is the end date, and how much per hour we are paying him. Okay, how many hours per week, how many hours per day, everything will be in detail. So for which location that person is, and if any extra things or all, everything will be there in the work order. Once the work order is created, here also it goes for approval. And almost every company will be having approvals for work order, because it is a budgeting thing, right? So someone should approve the budget for that particular contractor. That's the reason approvals will be defined. It can be defined in admin group. Okay, so we are in a call, right? Okay. Whenever I get that sound, I think we have lost. Okay. Once the work order is created and approved, it goes for supplier for acceptance again. Again, the vendor will go through the budget, I mean, spend and all. If he is okay, then he accepts it. If he is not okay, then he will reject the work order. Again, they will revise. The discussions will happen because it's like an agreement, right? And after the supplier acceptance, email will be sent to the contractor, like the email id whichever we have provided in this process. Email will be sent to him for registration. Now the onboarding, the exact onboarding process for the contractor will start. Okay. Then the contractor, if he have worked 8 hours today, he will fill the timesheet by end of the day. Okay. If it is weekly timesheet, we have two types of timesheets. One is weekly timesheets and monthly timesheets. It is depend on how the organization set up. Okay. A weekly timesheet means he need to fill every week timesheet. If it is monthly once he can fill the timesheet and they can submit. If you have any expenses like travel expenses, food expenses that the company offers him, but they need to submit the bills and all, they can submit them as well. And once it is submitted, and it should be approved by their manager, as we are seeing in our day-to-day scenarios, it should be approved and invoice will be created from the supplier, that will be paid. The payments will not be done in fieldless. This is one thing we need to keep in note. Payments will not be done in fieldless, but creation of invoices will be done. Invoice is nothing but it's a complete amount details with the tax, everything will be provided in the invoice. And we will be sending that invoice to finance system. It can be ECC, it can be S4 HANA, it can be Oracle, any of the ERP systems it can be. Okay. So the payments will be done over there. So in this entire process, how can they pay the candidate? Like directly they can't pay someone, right? So everything will be sent from Fieldglass to other systems. For example, when we create the work order, we will be sending the work order details to ERP system. And when the candidate onboards, we will be sending the candidate details to ERP system. And when the timesheet is submitted and invoice is submitted, we will send those as well. So it will be in sync.
Soumya, one question. You
Yeah.
told this work order or candidate details. Okay, I understand that candidate details will go to HR system or employee central system, but work
Yeah.
order also will go to some other system.
Yes, because it depends on the organization specific. For example, if the approvals for whenever there is a use of Ariba in this entire process, like as I told, invoices will be sent to different ERP systems. Some organizations will use Oracle, some organizations will use Ariba ECC, and some other organizations can use S4 HANA. When it comes to Ariba, for Ariba, when the Fieldglass is integrated with Ariba and ECC, what happens after the work order is created? The approvals will flow to Ariba. It will be in real time. Like immediate, I submit the work order within 1 or 2 minutes, it will reach us to Ariba.
Okay, okay. So,
Okay.
Soumya, you are telling if Soumya, one doubt. If you're
Yes.
telling me if invoice is sent to Ariba, if invoice has to match simultaneously, work order also has to go to Ariba. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes. 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 For approval from the starting point, the approval should be done from Ariba here. It can be done in both the ways. Either it can be done in Ariba. If we consider invoice should be sent to ECC, then the approval should be sent to Ariba, because
Ariba.
ECC and
Okay,
Ariba are interlinked with each other.
okay. Is this
Okay.
employee central management or something?
It is like ERP systems, payment
Okay,
solutions. We can say it is
okay,
they are like payment solutions.
okay. Soumya, I didn't understand. See, when we create a work order, that will go to approval for. I mean, I have used little bit of Fieldglass, so I don't have any
Yeah,
complete
yeah.
knowledge. Very small.
Okay.
So I'm telling, when we create work orders, that will go to approval for depending upon which role we have created the purchase order. I mean, job
Yes.
requisition. I
Yes.
mean, job posting. If the requirement is for account stream, that work order will go approval for work account stream. Okay, so
Yeah.
but simultaneously, same work order is generated in Ariba also.
There won't be work order. There will be the purchase order over there.
Purchase order, okay. So
Yeah.
whatever we have, whatever details we have work order, similarly, purchase order is created in Ariba.
That will be created over there, and the response will be sent back to Fieldglass.
Fieldglass, okay,
Yeah. Like
okay.
I'll tell you the work order process. Firstly, we will submit the work order. A PR number will be created.
Okay,
Purchase request number, for example. PR number will be created. That
okay.
is that is a confirmation we are getting from Ariba that the work order has been reached Ariba for approvals. The approvals are not yet
Approval.
done for approvals. Okay.
Okay.
If there is any issue
Soumya,
in between this, yeah.
Soumya, this approval will be same in Fieldglass and Ariba. The approval flow will be same, or
Yeah,
it
it will be
depends
same.
upon how we set up.
See, I have worked with freelance approval flow, but I did not configure the approvals in Ariba, but I know the
Okay.
flow. Yeah,
Okay.
it can be multiple levels or single level. The approval groups
Okay.
are like however we define in field class in a similar way, but the system is different, but the levels are same. It will be defined
Okay.
in Ariba as well. For example, the
Okay.
first approval level will be we are sending the work order details, right? It can be like first the
Okay.
work order owner details also will send, like the manager. So he should first level will
Okay.
be work order owner. The second level will be cost center. Cost center is nothing but project code. Cost center owner, right?
Okay.
And the third can be any BU controller. We will be sending the business unit as well. A business unit is a native field that is very important field in field glass. So business unit owner or BU controller,
Okay.
it can be BU controller. So it depends on the organization request how the approval groups are. It can be single level and it can go up to 9, 10 multiple levels as well. For example, if you are hiring a fresher, and we need not take that to higher levels because the like spend or committed spend will be little for it. For example, 5
Okay.
LPA or 10 10 euros per hour, something like that. But when it comes to some manager and all, the committed spend will be more, so the approval should flow to higher authorities as well, right?
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
the country head or something like that. At that time it depends on the amount as well. It varies, the levels will get varied.
Okay, Soumya.
Okay.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah. So after the approvals are done, from the Ariba end, we will receive a PO, purchase order. It is a confirmation that the approvals are done from Ariba end, so you can process with the other things like supplier acceptance and all. If anyone decline or reject the work order, the similar thing will be flowed to field glass stating that the work order has been rejected with this reason. They should submit the reason as well. For any closure and rejections, fieldglass should have the reason for it. Those and all will be configured from admin menu. Right? Did you get this?
Yeah, yes, Soumya. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. And the flow has been almost done. Like the invoices will be sent to finance system, whatever it is. We have multiple finance systems which are integrated with fieldglass. So the payments will be done over there. Once the payment is done, we will receive a response from them. It is called as backward integration, stating that the invoice status will be changed to paid. The complete flow will be done for a single month or single week, and it will be prolongated as long as the contractor works in that particular firm or organization. This is the flow of contingent workforce. Like most of the like whenever I have seen most of the organizations use contingent workforce. That's the reason I have shown you this process flow. If we move further, I'll be explaining you about the profile worker, like how it works in the system, and SOW as well. Okay, and here I have clearly mentioned what in like what are the status it moves. Okay, and in job posting we have like creation step, approval. First we will be creating it. After the creation it goes for approval. Once the approval is done, we should be distributing it. Okay, this is about the job posting. It is like a request for proposal. We will be sending the request to suppliers that we are in need of a candidate. Okay, and coming to job seeker, job seekers or the candidates, as like I'm just I have written the steps here. Okay, here the job seeker will be submitted by the supplier. Already the job seekers can be like, for example, I'm the candidate working for some ABC consultancy, and I have completed my project like last week. I'm idle now. Okay, like when when the supplier receives the job posting, immediately he can select me again, because that is called as submits existing job seeker. They can submit me again for new project. If I'm new to the like organization, then it can be submits a new job seeker. He can decline the job seeker if he doesn't have the candidate, if he is not like okay with the budget, like maximum or minimum, or with the requirements and all, they can decline it. And once the candidate is finalized, it is like a formal and commercial document. It's an agreement between client and the supplier, like buyer and the supplier. All the things will be validated from here. First the work order will be submitted and it goes for approval. Here I have just written as sometimes it goes for Ariba for approvals, or it can be taken in the Fieldglass as well. That's why I have mentioned that as well. And once the supplier our approvals are done, supplier acceptance and work order activation. Like then registration. After the registration, submitting timesheets, expenses, and if the contractor thinks he's not okay with his he has filled some extra hours or less hours, he can withdraw and submit again. But the timesheet or expense should be in pending approval. It should not be in approved state. Then buyer should reject it again. When you practically work upon it, you'll understand what is with you. Like sometimes we also submit the timesheet, but still our manager did not approve it. Then we should have an option to edit that. Withdraw is nothing but edit it. We can edit, we can keep it in draft state for some time, and then we can submit. Like today I have worked for 8 hours, I'll fill my hours today for 8 hours and I'll keep it as draft. Every day I'll fill the hours, but at the weekend or month end only I'll submit. Okay, in that way we can withdraw and we can keep it in draft. That and all we can do in Fieldglass, like from contractor end. And invoice creation. Here there are two types of invoice creations. It depends completely on the supplier setup. When the supplier setup is happening, we have an option called auto invoicing is set to yes or no. It is a flag. Okay, if auto invoicing is set to yes, then supplier or buyer, no one needs to create an invoice. It will be just like that, like auto invoice will be auto created once the timesheet is approved. Okay, and the invoice will be sent as per the integration setup. The invoice will be sent to the particular ECC system, like finance system. But what if the invoice auto invoicing is set to no? Okay, we have a invoice billing schedule object in admin tab, administrative menu. We need to create as per currency and module here in the sense timesheets. For timesheets or expenses, we can keep it for both. For example, supplier has multiple currencies. Supplier will be working across world as well. So he will be having euro, like UK related contractors, US related contractors, and India contractors as well. So for each and every different regions, they will be having different billing schedules based on the currency. This is a system setup, and they will select the worker. First they will select which billing schedule it is. For INR for India, he will select INR billing schedule for timesheet. If it is for expense, he will select INR invoice billing schedule for expense. Then for which worker, there can be multiple workers, they can select which worker he needs to create the invoice, fill the necessary details like invoice ID, any tax things, and they will submit the invoice. And how it pushes from Fieldglass to other system is, that is integration, but that is next. After the this is the end of the complete process. Invoice submitting of invoice is the end of the process. It starts with job posting and ends with invoice. Okay. And when the screen whichever I am showing you, it is the administrative menu. Okay, you can see here user, supplier, company structure, messaging, all this. This is like master data, we can say. Master data means, like as I mentioned the example of Amazon. So firstly, what the there will be many many shops or many brands, I can say. All the Amazon will collect all them and it will put it in the application, right? Like for which location which type of things are available. If you consider for one, like for example for Bangalore, few items will be available. For Mumbai it won't be available, it will be out of stock or it is not available. But some master data should be present in the system. It like the base of field glass is admin menu. You can see user, all the buyers are created in user profile. These are not the contractors, buyers. Like it can be hiring manager, it can be PM, like program management officer, BU controller, administrators, right? The administrator is a most powerful role in field glass. Like administrator will have entire access. Hiring manager, PMO, BU controller, the access will be limited as per the responsibilities with respect to that particular organization. But admin will be having all the roles. Like they can view everything, but based on the requirement they will perform the actions, that's it. And supplier, we need to invite the supplier for that particular buyer, right? So this supplier things will come in the distribution list. All this comes under supplier. And company structure, this is very very important. Like in company structure will be, there are three independent elements and they are called as foundational elements, foundational data sets. That is business unit, site, and cost center. Firstly, I'll let you know what is site. Site is nothing but the location. Like there is a company, for example, I'll consider Accenture. Accenture has multiple offices across world. Accenture has office in Mumbai, Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad. It have offices in Australia, US, UK. In consider in US or something, San Francisco, New Jersey, many places. So each and every location is nothing but site code. Here the terminology will be different because I have taken this from some clients like general specific thing. That's why I did not mention any of those details. Just I have put only administrative menu. The here the site is nothing but operation unit. They have changed the name as operation unit. That's it. And like coming to cost center, this is one more thing. Cost center is also independent element. On like cost center means project code, like how many hours on which project they are working. Like we will be working on multiple projects, so billing should be done on particular projects, right? That we will be defining in cost center or project code. And the third one is business unit. Business unit is nothing but the domains. In in organizations they'll be telling BU, which BU you are, which BU you belongs to. Business unit, it can be networking, it can be finance, it can be administration, right? It can be multiple type of domains. Here domains is nothing but business units. Okay, so how, like as I told, these are independent elements, but there should be some point where it should, like, all these should be linked for one thing, because all these three are very important and these are independent and foundational elements. Like, this is the base for admin menu. Without this we can't do anything in the system. They, if you go to any other than these three, if you go to any of the parts in the, like, administrative menu, there will be a link to any one of this. Either it can be, either it can be this, a business unit, or it can be for site code, or it can be cost center. Okay. Somewhere there will be a link. So these should be interlinked with at least one data point. That's the reason we have a legal entity, something called legal entity. Okay. Like, whenever you create a business unit, you should select a legal entity. Whenever if you want to create a site code, it should be linked to one legal entity. Even the cost center also same. All these three independent elements are linked via single legal entity. For example,
Uh,
if we are, if I
Soumya,
want, if,
Soumya,
yeah,
one second. You told legal entity, right? So you gave me an
yeah,
example of Accenture. Okay. So,
yes,
site location, if, for example, in India, Accenture, they have many offices in around India. Either it's in Bangalore,
yes,
either it's in Hyderabad. Okay. So, when you mention legal entity, that legal entity should be India or something like that, because it's all tied up, should be Indian legal entity. Is something like that?
yes. Usually, how the legal entity will be similar to site code. Like, whichever I
Okay.
have worked, I have seen multiple. I have seen near to 5 to 6 organizations, site codes, legal entity, all these company structure. Whatever site code we have, the similar way the legal entity will be defined. Legal entity is just only for connecting these three elements. There is no other use of legal entity other than connecting these three elements. Here,
Okay.
what
Okay.
comes
So,
is site code.
okay. So, if somebody from US, if they see, for example, Accenture, if there is an office in Bangalore, there will be a legal entity in of Bangalore. So that
Site,
Accenture will be tied to
actually,
legal.
yeah, instead of legal entity, it is site.
Okay.
Legal
No,
entity is
you're
for
telling.
yeah, yeah, tell me.
Sorry to interrupt. So you told me
No
legal
problem.
entities, I mean, all the three foundational data, business unit, site, cost center, all are tied to one legal entity, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so I'm asking. See, I have a little knowledge on that. I'm not telling I'm good at it, but
No
see,
problem. No problem.
before they used to tell, we can't do cross billing because site location is in Bangalore and legal entity is in US. They can't do billing there. Okay, so what happens is
Yes,
that legal entity should be from India. Only then they can bill.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
so I'm asking you, when you mention legal entity, it has to be Bangalore site location and Bangalore legal entity, or can it be Bangalore site location or Indian legal entity?
No, it will be like Bangalore legal entity and Bangalore site location.
Oh, okay, okay, fine, fine. Thank you. That's it.
Because we have multiple places, right? So, and in the similar way, we will be having Bangalore business units as well,
Okay, sure, sure.
Bangalore cost centers as well.
Okay, sure. And
Okay.
Soumya, I'm sorry to trouble you again. Soumya, may
No
I know
problem.
how long is the demo class? Any idea?
Actually, they told me 30 minutes. Just I wanted to complete this foundational part and I'll close it.
Okay, sure, sure. Soumya, can
Yeah.
I ask some other questions if you don't mind?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, no
Okay.
problem.
Soumya, are you the one who's gonna do the training session? And if they set up a batch, will you be the person?
Yeah, I'll be the one.
Okay, good to know. And you told me you are 6 years, right? So I work in this contingent workforce management process, like a support
Okay.
role, not exactly. So sometimes I create work order also, very limited. So
Okay.
okay, and okay, so now I want to move into a consultant profile actually. So my question is, do we require any coding and all for this?
No coding is required for Fieldglass.
Feel nice. Okay. Okay, and Soumya, one more thing. Okay, so they told me the batch, they didn't confirm me when they can start the batch. So they told me as soon as the demo class is over, they will plan to start a class. So is it
Okay.
possible for you to take up the class on first half in the morning, around 9 or 10 or 11 in the morning? Is it possible for you?
Still we haven't discussed on that part. I need to
Okay,
check the things. Mostly I'll be taking in the mornings itself,
okay, okay.
or
Good, good,
I'll
Soumya.
be
Thank you.
taking either in the mornings or in the night. Like night in the sense after 9 or 8 in the night, or else in the morning itself. Morning 9 or before 11, I will be completing these things.
Okay. And Soumya,
Still I need to discuss with the panel on this.
okay. Soumya, sorry because I have a call at 9, so that's why I'm in a hurry. Okay, so a few
No,
more things
no
I'll ask,
problem,
then you
no
can
problem.
continue then you
Yeah,
can continue with class. So, see,
yeah.
once we start training, will we get access to field glass?
Actually, I don't have any like system because purchasing Fieldglass like any SAP application is too costly. That too, they are not giving for consultancies, like consultants in the sense they're not selling it outside other than the organizations.
Okay. Okay. So then, how can we know? Is it possible to know because there is an integration and all, right? So is it possible to they told they'll give some server access and all. This
Yeah, those
online.
things I need to check actually. I need to check with Sana on this part. That's what I did not yet. I did not find time to speak with her.
Okay. Sure, sure.
Yeah.
And Soumya, do you mind telling me where you work? Is it okay?
I don't think I should not tell this as per the things.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
Uh, okay,
you
then no
can check
issues.
with Sana if you want any other details.
Okay, because they told if you have any doubts, you can ask the trainer directly in the demo class. So that's why I asked you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. You can ask any queries because I have worked with Oracle and now I'm working currently with Ariba ECC from past 2 years.
Oh,
So with
okay.
respect to this, I can tell you anything.
Okay. No issues, Soumya. Thank you. Just go ahead. Go ahead with the class. Okay. No worries.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Fine. Fine. And I was telling with respect to foundational, these three are the foundational things, foundational elements or data, whatever it is, the base of field glass, like base of administrator. These three are connected with legal entity. And one more thing, like for example, the site code is Bangalore, BL1 or BL01, whatever it is, site code, and there will be multiple offices in Bangalore, right? Consider as Accenture, there will be multiple offices in Bangalore. So to specify that, we have one more thing called location. You can see that in under the company structure we have location. So to specify like which building or which area it is, we use locations under each and every site code. We create multiple locations or when we create any site code, automatically a location will be created for it. It is called as parent location or something. For example, in Whitefield, there are three offices of Accenture. Three locations will be created for that particular Bangalore site code. This is a general scenario, but few companies what they will do, each and every building they will consider as a site. It is their requirement, and each
Okay.
campus, for example, campus Whitefield campus, they will consider as one site, and they will consider Belandur campus as one site. There can be multiple buildings. They will specify the building names as location. It varies as per their requirement. We can do anything, such kind of things, and we can keep
Okay.
only one legal entity for all these things will happen actually with respect to fieldless. It varies from organization to organization how they need. Okay, these are the
Okay.
basic things what we need to, like admin tab is the base, and in that these three elements are the foundation. And you can see here approval groups, everything we will be configuring here. The approval groups, if work order flow should happen in fieldless, then we will be creating the approval group here. The timesheet approvals, job posting approvals, for sure we need to create in fieldglass itself. That will be taken care here. And if you want to send any notifications, messaging part, and this any alerts, escalations, this thresholds will work for us. Any financial data like expense sheets, expense codes, invoices, currency, all this comes under here. Rate structure, overtime, double time, and what rate it should have, minimum rate, maximum rate, everything will be defined in rate structure. Subcontractor is related to contingent, services related to SOW. Configuration is nothing but it is a basic thing, like if we want to add any new fields other than standard fields, any new, like every organization will be having different requirements, right, with respect to
Yeah.
fields. Some organization need date of birth, some organization needs age, so it will be easy for them to understand, so they can create custom fields.
Okay.
Some people,
And
when
Soumya,
it comes, yeah,
Soumya, one more thing. Soumya, as a consultant, in example, if SAP Fieldglass, Accenture has created they have three offices in Bangalore, but they have created rented a new building and starting a new office in fourth location. Okay, so that
yeah.
details, company specific details, you need to, as a consultant, will you be the person who will be adding to the system or the administrator?
Actually, consultant doesn't have any access to these things. Consultant can do only two things. One is submitting the timesheet and submitting the expenses.
No, no,
Consultant is
as a
nothing but
no,
contractor.
no, no, as a fearless consultant. I'm not talking as a
Okay, as a
contractor.
okay, contract. Okay, fieldless consultant. See, I am also fieldless consultant. Okay,
Okay.
but we have different roles in the system. Administrator is one role. Usually, commonly used three roles are administrator, hire HR, hiring manager, PMO, program manager, or project manager. Okay, these
Okay.
are the base for any organization. So whatever the role defined for you, if you are like
Okay.
manager, if you are working for some Java project, then you will be having access only as PMO. If you are from hiring
PMO.
team, like you want to hire, you will be having only that access for submitting the job. You can't see all these. You don't have access to workflow, financial data, restructure, and all. Your
Okay.
access will be very limited. And admin,
Soumya,
only
that I
admin
understood.
will be having.
Soumya, sorry.
Yeah.
What I was telling is like I told you that Accenture had three offices in Bangalore, but they have set up a new office. That is the fourth office. So I'm telling
Yeah.
fourth office details are not available in Fieldglass. Okay, so as a
Okay.
fieldless consultant, will you be the person who will be adding those information into FG, or is it somebody administrator who's adding the details into FG? Because they create a new work order, they want fourth location details, so that is not there in the system.
Okay, fine. For this, for first thing, when they tell you you are a fieldless consultant, for 95% you will be having administrator access.
Okay,
Okay. Admin can add any of the things whatever we see on the screen. And second
I
thing,
know.
consider for each and every region there will be local admins. For India there is one person, for US there will be
Oh,
one person, or else for Bangalore specifically there will be one person, something like that. You can see here user role, right? we
okay,
have we can customize our user roles by ourselves.
okay,
If when the configuration is happening or when the implementation happens, if we feel like some this local admin have access to, we can provide them access for creating or only view, everything will be defined in user role. Based on the role whatever we customize, access will be provided for multiple roles. When you
okay,
tell field class consultant, almost it will be administrator, you won't be having any
okay,
other roles, because it will be like technical person, techno functional
okay.
consultant.
Okay.
Okay, so
So
this is how
Soumya,
it goes.
okay, as a technical consultant, is it my job to add this into master data details, or is it somebody else will do it? Because
you
as you
you'll
told, I
be
have
you
90.
Yeah, you'll be having the access to do this, but it depends on organization how they define the
Okay.
rules. It completely
Okay. Okay.
depends on organization. But as an administrator, you will be having the access. See, I can do anything. I can approve on any behalf. Like
Okay.
you are the person who who wants to approve you your team members timesheet. But like on behalf of you, if you are facing any issue on behalf of you, I can approve it. but I should not do all the time, right? We are like, as an admin you'll be having all the access, but you should restrict by yourself as per the roles and responsibilities. Whenever there
Okay.
is a need, you should use the power then.
Okay.
Okay,
Sure.
you
Sure.
can create
Go
the
ahead.
job postings, you can do anything, you can do anything in the system, but
System.
you should not do. This is how it works. Admin access.
Okay.
Okay,
Sure.
you
Sure.
can create job postings, you can create work work order, you can approve it, you can remove it, you can reject it. But there are
Okay.
specific persons who needs to do it. Hiring manager
Good.
have that like access to do it. His roles are that a PMO role is to approve, to interview, such things PMO will do. And as admin, if any like if there will be many technical glitches also, right, when it comes to application. So like for example, hiring manager will come to me and he will say, as I'm administrator, he will come and he will tell me I could not submit the job posting for that particular site code. So then I need to research, like I need to get into the system and see why it is not happening.
Happening.
For
Okay.
example, like the particular hiring manager doesn't have access to that particular site code. His access will be limited for only few site codes.
Okay.
It depends on that. It completely like we can see everything. Whatever you can see in the admin menu, everything will be visible for almost all the organizations, but the process will be different. The
Different.
core
Okay.
things
Okay.
will be same. Every organization uses different set of data, different kinds of process. It depends.
Okay. Sure. Sure.
Okay.
Thanks, Soumya.
Yeah. Yeah. And reports. See, whenever we are doing something, we need some analytics, right? Like for this month, how many timesheets are submitted, how many still pending. We can't go and search every one by one. So we have reports. We can download the reports as per like our requirement. So there are some few things in the reports, and we have analytic parts as well. Integration is completely what we are sending from our system to different system, what we are getting from other system to our system, and what are the glitches we have when something fails. Okay, this will be seen in integration. And system tools, this is very like what can be seen on homepage, and who uses the system, who logged in, who logged out, who edited this, who created this. All these can be seen in system audit trail. And as an admin, view all notifications, view all work items, they can see any notifications, they can approve, reject anything from these two tabs. Okay,
Okay.
this is what the administrator menu is. Like if we are going further, we can get into each and every concept. So this
Okay.
is
Okay.
like
Sure. Sure.
the basic contingent flow. I think you are like you are more into contingent only, right? As you have already known something, so you you need to get into contingent workforce more.
Yes, Soumya. We create this assignment work order. So that is very
Okay.
limited. It's very supportive role, kind of like.
Okay.
So not entered, we don't create any job posting or something. Just when the hiring manager or the HR partner tells us that this candidate is hired, please create a work order, we create that. So it's very limited.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, got it. Like as per your user role, your access will be limited.
Limited, yeah.
I can remove any of these fields for other roles. Like for a hiring manager, I can just skip complete workflow with
Okay.
like by using user role option. I can create role user roles, and I can remove and I can add permissions. I can remove permissions. I can we can play with the permissions as per our
Permission.
requirement. Yeah.
Requirement. Okay.
Yeah. This is like a simple demo with respect to Fieldglass.
Okay.
Like
Sure, sure.
uh,
Thank you, Soumya. Thank you very much.
yeah.
Soumya, one more thing. So you told currently are doing this integration with Ariba. So from Fieldglass, can we send it to Oracle also? Like you told, you worked in earlier Oracle.
Yes, we can send it
So
to Oracle.
okay, okay,
Like Oracle is like little old now. Everyone
Okay,
are
yeah.
moving towards Ariba, like Oracle is some different system, but SAP system should, if SAP system is integrated with SAP, it will be easy.
Easy. And even Ariba also, it's like when you do procurement, it's like shopping from Amazon. It's simple, Soumya. I have seen
Yeah.
Ariba and I've used a little bit. So it's like
Okay.
sometimes vendor have the option to display the product also. Like we can
Yeah.
just go in and
Yes,
select whatever
yes.
we want to
That
buy.
is sourcing actually. Ariba
Uh,
has like different things, sourcing
Contract
and
management.
procurement, many things.
Okay. Soumya, no worries. Is it done with demo?
Yeah, yeah, I'm done with demo.
And okay. Soumya, no issues. So I'll be happy to join the class. Thank you for the demo. It was really nice. So,
Thank you.
Soumya, and last few more things. So before I say goodbye, Soumya, for this, you do integration also, right, with Ariba, as you told. So do you use this connectors, APIs, those things and all?
Yes, yes, yes. See,
Yes.
there are two different things. One is if we are using the server, like I have worked with servers, I have worked with web, like APIs as well. APIs we need not too much. We will create the
Okay.
APIs and we will ask SAP Fieldglass integration team to connect with Ariba because already those systems are already integrated with each other. From backend, they
Okay.
will do it. But
Okay.
for server, like when it comes to server, we will be using our local servers, right? Like organization specific servers. So we need to
Okay.
create the server details and all. We need to create the endpoints. Then we will push the file to that particular server, and the external systems will come and pick either the middlewares or external systems. It depends on the process. They will come and pick
Okay.
it from there.
Okay.
This is how
Soumya,
the two things work.
okay, so now you told like so you told SAP to SAP integration. So now I'm doing an integration with Ariba. So if I
Okay.
set it up for one, will that flow happens regularly, or is it I have to manually push the data to one fieldglass to Ariba?
It can be scheduled. Can be scheduled every
Okay,
day. It can be scheduled based on our requirement. Weekly twice, weekly once, monthly once.
okay,
We
okay.
can schedule
And
it.
Soumya, just a personal question, like to be a consultant, do you require a good knowledge in all those things, or is it like on the job you get to learn things?
Actually, like if you want to continue in the same organization, for example, whatever, I'm not sure which organization you are into. If you want to continue in the same organization, you can learn. But if you want to go into other, crack the interview and go into other organization, then they will expect something from you, right?
Yeah.
For that purpose,
Uh,
like our, for example, our current organization will accept with, if you have some knowledge on it, they'll give an opportunity for us.
Opportunity, yeah.
But
See,
when we get
mine is a recruitment firm. Okay, so we don't have any integration or consultant jobs. It's very rare.
okay,
They might have, but currently I'm in Hyderabad, so we don't have anything. So I'm just a recruitment firm. Okay, so that's
okay,
why I want to move a consultant role and then move to different company.
okay, then
Okay,
it is like you should understand the things.
things okay. Okay, no worries, Samir.
Yeah,
Samir,
it takes
so
some
thanks.
time actually to
Okay,
understand, like see, whenever like any system will be interlinked with, if I say the master data, you'll miss the flow. First, if I start with master data, you'll go like, why she's saying everything, where she should tell me where it should be used, right? Some people will think in
okay,
that way. And if I tell the
okay.
flow, they will think, instead of telling the base, why she's telling the process. So in the
Process.
demo class, I'll complete both the process and the base part. That is the reason I'll be completing both the things in first demo itself.
Oh,
Then we can,
okay,
as per the schedule, we can go further. Like
okay.
admin part is
Uh,
very important. It's a base,
okay.
right? Once admin part, it comes to flow, then integration. After this integration, we should understand day to day activities, very day to day
Okay.
activities, year end activities, quarterly activities. Such kind of things will be there, like real time
Mm,
things. For
okay.
that also, it takes
Okay.
some time.
Okay. And Samya, just one more thing. They have this SAP has something called BTP or Cloud Platform Integration and all. Is it linked to Fieldglass anyway, or is it totally different?
Or like if they need the integrations, it depends on the external system what they are working with. Few organizations see only field glass alone can't do all the things. It should be linked
Okay.
with other applications. It is
Mhm.
depends. It depends. There is some CGI cloud gated integration. I'm not sure what that CGI or something CIG, cloud
Okay.
integrated something. I have heard that. That is a cloud solution. The integrations will be done via cloud. That is used with Ariba, but I haven't
Ariba,
worked with
okay.
the team and all. But I came to know when I'm working with them, I came to know. So such kind
Okay.
of
Okay.
things can be there as per the requirement. It can be ignored. That and all discussions will happen in the implementation phase.
Okay.
In
Okay.
fieldless also we have three kinds actually telling. One is like implementation, core implementation, like starting from the base,
Okay.
even creating the first site, that also comes from implementation. The first site code, the first legal
Okay.
entity code, like
Okay.
there will be one or two users will be creating multiple users, that comes under implementation phase.
Mhm.
And there will
Like
be
a
rollouts
starting
now
new
already.
phase, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
or the starting base core part. And the second
okay.
thing is rollouts. Already we
Okay.
like I'm working for India region, for example. I'm okay
Okay.
with India, but our like we'll be getting many clients, and who needs to use freelance for different, we'll be expanding, right? The next after 1 year or something, US people will come, okay, this we want to implement fieldless, so we will be
Oh,
using, we'll be including that US into parallel to India region. So that is called
okay.
rollout for a
Okay.
region. Okay. And
Okay.
the final thing is support. Everything
Support.
will be
Okay.
done. Support is
Oh.
nothing but technical issues, functional issues. They need to verify daily monitoring, monthly monitorings will be there, year end activities will be there, closures, like few users will be leaving the organization. They need to close it on time. They will keep it
On
as
time.
monthly activity. Okay,
Okay.
and
Okay.
every year there will be some organization changes, and there will be hikes and all will be there, right? So they need to
Oh.
update the rates for them. So
Okay.
that and all will be financial year, like in March or April they will do that, or December they will do that.
Good. Okay. Okay. Sure.
It depends.
Um, Okay. No worries, Soumya. Thank you. Thank you for your class. Soumya, so maybe you can check with Sana, or I'll also check with her regarding this access. Okay, once
Okay.
because even I could clearly ask them exactly, but I
Yeah.
remember they told me that it can give some server access and also I don't know if it's SAP Fieldglass
Okay,
access. Yeah.
once you check with her, because even my project is going to end for like September end. I'm not sure later which client I'll be going with. I can't provide my client details, right? So
Oh,
that's
okay,
the
okay,
issue. I have only the client access that too I will be using in my laptop, like company
okay,
organization's laptop.
okay.
So you need to check with
Uh,
the with Sana itself. So you're from
okay, okay.
Hyderabad, right?
No, I was from Bangalore, but for this fieldless job,
Oh,
I moved to Hyderabad. So
okay, okay. I
now
stay
I'm
in
getting,
Bangalore itself, but I'm from
Mhm.
Andhra.
and, but I'm getting a lot of opportunities for consultant roles. So nobody wants
Yes.
to hire me as a front-end user, but everybody's calling me for consultant roles. So I thought I'll give a try for it. That's why.
Okay, okay, fine, fine. Yeah,
Okay.
you can,
No
if
issue.
you
Yeah.
already have a little bit of knowledge, you can expand it.
Yeah, yeah. Sure. Thank you, Samya. So I'll talk to them. Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. Okay, okay. Bye. Bye, bye, Casey. Thank you.